What's up, guys? It's Ramon from NyneBlockGaming&Collectibles coming at you with another review. This time it is Marvel's Spiral from the Uncanny X-Men Retro Wave. On the box, you can see the images. You have the Marvel Comics comic book logo with the characters that are with it. You have Spiral. It says Sorceress of Swords. And then on the back, you get images of your wave, Spiral, black and white render, and then you have Spiral, Mojo's Deadly Enforcer, possesses additional cybernetic limbs, powerful mystic abilities, and the deep enmity for her former flame Longshot. So let's crack this thing open. I've showed before. Right here is the slit. You pull the plastic off of the cardboard. Let's do that. I don't save these or try to rehang. Though if I were to ever keep box figures, the retro line from Marvel would be the way to go. So here it is, outside of its plastic prison. And Marvel Legends team has completely outdone themselves with this. I have a lot of complaints with recent releases, especially with their new body molds and pinless figures. But this is what we expect for quality, and I will show you why. Not only do we get an amazing sculpt for Spiral, look at all the accessories we get. 4 katanas, a great sword, an axe, 2 hands. This is stuff we should get at its current price range with every figure. Now this is going to be the longest articulation portion of a video that I have ever done. The reason being, we don't just have 2 arms to go over. We have 6, and I'm going to show in great detail what those arms are capable of doing. So, head does not get any left to right tilt. Assuming it's going to be hindered backwards, it is. It gets a little bit forward, but it's bending the hair and tries to go back. So the head has very limited articulation. It does get some left movement. You can see I can pull that over the shoulder pad. Right is a little harder, but it will go over. But due to the hair, it is limited with its articulation. So no back, slight side to side, and that's all you're going to get out of the head. Now, top set of arms goes to about 90. You get a bicep swivel on each one, and they are double jointed. The back will raise up. The second pair, I said back, but it's the second pair, will raise up and hold right about 90 as well. Those are all double jointed with the same articulation I showed on the initial. And the bottom arms are hindered by the top. So they are going to raise as high up as you can get the top to go because they're directly beneath. The third is in the back. And you should be able to rotate the arm around to get something. I can't get it to turn that way. So I might have been able to get a little further, and you still might if you rotate that joint there to be facing upwards. There's no butterfly joint, but the arm comes out that far and back that far. Diaphragm gets left to right tilt. Hardly any down. And a good amount back. There is no articulation at the waist where the belt is. You get leg articulation. She kicks forward that far. Only out to the side below 90. And back hardly at all. You have a thigh cut that rotates 360. Double jointed leg that is slightly hindered by the fur over the boots. And a ankle that it doesn't seem you're going to get much out of the rocker because of the boots. It does get a little, so that is hindered by the boots as well. Though it does get slight tilt forward and back, but nothing major. So the articulation is slightly hindered in multiple areas with this figure, which is slightly disappointing. But again, this sculpt work is phenomenal. Trying to manipulate. There we go. That's getting it down. This arm is incredibly loose right from the get-go. Wondering if it's not plugged in all the way like it should be. No, it's just gummy joints. One of the downfalls for this, you know, if this thing wouldn't have that, I would probably give it a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10. But these gummy joints are the plastic they're using. I mean, look at that. That's not any articulation out of the arm. That is just how gummy that joint is that enables that joint to move like that. So that's slightly disappointing. Sculpt and paint, 10 out of 10. Look at that face. Look at all the different colors and sculpt work we get out of the arms. That's phenomenal. Now let's go over her accessories. You have one skin-toned hand that you can put on any of the skin-toned arms. You get one mechanical hand you can put on any of the mechanical arms. And then all of these weapons. I'm only going to go over one of the katanas because I'm almost positive they are all identical. But you get this golden axe. I'm going to drop this thing a point for lack of paint detail. I mean, the fact that the blade is identical color as the handle is not good. All the other handles are painted brown. Not sure why this one isn't. You get 4 of these katanas. And there goes Spiral. She's spiraling downward. Really cool detail with those wraps. It actually looks like it's wrapped. And then the great sword that is just not the plastic you want to see on accessories like this. So character mold design, fantastic. Choice of plastic. I mean, if you look, this thing actually is wavy. It's not straight. The sword has waves to it because that is how you can actually feel it rubbing your finger across it. That's how bad of a plastic they used for these weapons. Wish that would improve. So I will quickly try to get all these weapons in her hand, see how easy it is for you guys. Fairly easy putting them in. Wrist swap. so she can hold a weapon in this hand. Extremely easy. One of the benefits of the softer plastic. The axe is somewhat difficult to get placed in the hand, but not too much. It was harder than the rest, or the swords at least. And then a bunch of katanas. These slide in extremely easily. There you have it. Spiral with all of her swords. Looking fantastic. I mean, look at that. How cool is it for a 6-armed character just be strapped to the teeth with weapons? Awesome, awesome, awesome figure. Only downfall I'm seeing with this is that gummy plastic and the lack of articulation at the head. It does make up for those issues for the sheer amount of weapons, the great sculpt work, the good paint job. The original Spiral, which I do not have to compare, was considered a great, and it held up all the way into recently, being one of the most sought after, most expensive, and best figures. And let me tell you what, with this one, this is the new top. This is what they need to set the bar at. If they would fix the things like maybe just adding some paint to the weapons, molding the weapons in a better plastic so they aren't so fragile, and then just giving some extra articulation to characters with like hair so they can actually bend their neck. I mean, we have $25 figures that can compete with the likes of $100 figures in the market. I mean, you have, this is awesome. We need effects for Legends. Stuff like that adds to the character is what we need. And when you have Spiral with 6 weapons, it is just fantastic. But alright guys, that is it for the video. Please stick around after it is over to see the posed pictures of Spiral in her dynamic poses she is capable of. And then, please, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. And if you would like to see more content from me, help support the channel, please subscribe. Alright guys, see ya.